我的中文名字叫饶泽凯。
饶泽凯。
对，是富饶的饶。
对。
对，然后我第一次去中国是2008年，我参加了那些Olympic。My parents were not sure whether or not I would continue with Chinese because it was mainly a hobby in high school.
High school.
Yeah, but by the time they weren't really quite sure whether I would be able to keep on going into it because they thought that Chinese was very hard, so I might give up at some point. After 2 years, they decided, oh, it seems like you're making progress, and so at that point they said, okay, yeah, you can do this Confucius. If you get this Confucius Scholarship to go to China, then it would be a good opportunity. But they were also a bit worried because I was planning to be gone for about a year, and that was the longest I've been away from family. I chose to take Chinese language courses, basically.
Mandarin?
Yeah, Mandarin, yeah. I also chose to do some Chinese culture courses, and it turns out once I got there, I found out I wasn't actually supposed to be taking those courses, but I took them anyway, just not for credit, just for fun, basically. Yeah.
Cool.
Like Chinese politics and Chinese religion. Usually classes would start at around 8:30, I believe. Yeah, 8:30. So I would get up and I would just get ready for class, and then I would go and have class right away. After class, my classes would usually end by noon. It was actually pretty laid back for me. Those Chinese culture classes, like the religion and the politics, those would actually be held in the afternoon.
Okay.
But I wasn't required to go there since I wasn't taking them for credit.
Okay.
So I ended up doing all my language classes in the morning, and then if I was interested, which was usually the case, then I would go and do the politics classes or the religion classes. And there would usually be about an hour or two in between that where I could just go and have lunch somewhere on campus. For that particular class, we spent all of our time in Chengdu, but we went to various parts of the city. I made so many Chinese friends too. They would sometimes give me their opinions on things in international relations, which was always very interesting. So I kind of got a more nuanced view of relations between China and the West because of that. So that's basically how it shaped me, I would say. It definitely opened up my worldview, I would say. I'd never been outside of Canada by myself before that point. And I learned a lot about China while I was there, needless to say, because I was very interested in like traditional Chinese culture before I went to China, and I had so all of my interest came from kind of history and stuff like that. And my uncle, who works in China, he said, okay, you have to spend some time in China and see modern China. Well, I think it's these sorts of scholarships, not just this Confucius Scholarship, but also the CC.
The CCCP, definitely.
Yeah, they're very important in being able to give students like me the opportunity to go to China because we might not necessarily be able to afford it otherwise. Like I know at that point I wouldn't have been able to afford going to China on my own money. So that really gave me the opportunity to be able to go and get a much more, really develop my understanding of Mandarin, for one, and also to develop the understanding of the culture and society. So it was very, let's say it was very instrumental to my education for that reason. So these sorts of programs are extremely useful for helping students from both cultures to be able to understand each other better. And in the long run, I feel like that's very important to developing good relations, diplomatic relations.